Monday, little horns up for the Bison going back to Frisco for the 6th time in 7 years. It's going to be a monster game against JMU. So if you've not gotten your tickets, good luck.
Yes.
We got a lot going on today's show. I really have no idea what though because it's a Monday. Do you have any idea what we're doing today?
I do, yes. I get to play with some diamonds today.
Nice.
Yay. We're also talking about those New Year's resolutions, how to set some goals as a family. And then finally, too, I know there's a lot of sugar involved in our holiday eating, so how to kind of still enjoy the holidays, but maybe not go too crazy. Of course, a lot of people say no gain on this holiday, so that's probably a goal that we can talk about a little bit as well.
That would be nice if you could not gain any weight over the holidays. Almost impossible. But
it's really hard, especially when there's so many people out there who have so many goodies, and then they bring them all in, and then they're sitting there in our break room, and you're like, oh.
Right.
Okay, just 10 of them. I'll eat just 10 today. But I know that there's a lot of weather stuff going on, especially for people who are going to be traveling around this week, maybe going out to their own holiday parties. So let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning.
Yes, that was so formal. Is everything okay today? Or?
Yeah.
We've got some weather to talk about this morning. There's some areas of some freezing rain and some snow up in the northern valley right now. That's where we have a winter weather advisory in effect until noon today. We have had some reports of some little bit of freezing rain and some sleet in that area. And look at those temperatures up there. We're at or below freezing for a lot of those spots. And same thing in the southern valley too. Our temperatures are in the 20s to low 30s, which by the way is warmer than our average high is for this state. So yeah, we're very mild today, but because we're kind of flirting with that freezing mark, that's when we have concerns anytime we've got precip moving through for some freezing rain and ice, and there may be some of that building up in some places up in Hallock and back over into Marshall County in Minnesota. Grafton might be seeing a little bit of that activity too. That's one area that we're having some trouble, and then out west you can see some snow has just blossomed over the last few hours in central parts of the state. And we're keeping our eyes on that for some snow to impact us here in our southwestern viewing area in the James River Valley this morning. So your visibility, it looks good for almost everybody. Bemidji's been reporting some fog out there, some mist since last night. So there might be still some of that lingering at the top of this hour. Wind is not too bad. We've got wind out of the south or southwest into the teens. And checking out your hourly planner, we've got that little cluster area of rain, freezing rain and snow. And then that next round, that next bout that's developed in western parts of the state starts to roll in for later on. So this is noon. You can see it's starting to expand here, and we'll get more snow than rain by the time we get into the afternoon hours as some colder air works its way into the system. And what will be very important is our temperatures. We're looking at numbers into the low 30s, right around freezing up north. That's more likely where we'll get some accumulation. We may see some snow and or rain in the southern valley, but temperatures are still pretty mild. In Fargo, a high of 38, and down in places like Lisbon and Jamestown and Ellendale, we're looking at some 40s there for your highs. This does move on, but not before maybe dropping an inch or so of snow in some spots. So by 10 o'clock, we're looking at still very mild temperatures. That wind becomes a little bit more westerly or northwesterly. That snowfall potential, most places in the south not seeing much of anything, but there might be a little dusting around Detroit Lake, stretching up toward Grand Forks, and again, a couple of spots up along the Canadian border where we'll see maybe an inch to 2 inches of snow here today. So this is going to be our warmest day of the week. Then things kind of start to drop. Tomorrow actually looks pretty nice. Will be partly cloudy with some quieter weather. And then Wednesday into Thursday, snow showers move in. So if you're going to travel on those days, definitely want to make sure you pay attention to what's going on with the weather. We'll be updating you right here. And then things change as we get into the weekend. Yeah, we've got a couple of reinforcing shots of cold weather, cold air moving in for Christmas Eve. Will be our coldest day of the 7-day stretch, but even Christmas itself and beyond at this point looks to be cold as well. So definitely want to make sure you're ready for that. Bundle up. Yes. I've been thinking, okay, I've got a few more errands I need to run, a couple of gifts I need to still get out and buy. I think I want to do it at the beginning of the week rather than the weekend, because that's just going to be brutal getting those last minute gifts with those temps.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that.
No. And yesterday, it was so nice. If you're out and about yesterday over the weekend, you're like, okay, I can handle this, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Sunny yesterday. We had, mild temperatures. It was really a nice day.
It was slushy even.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you, Lisa.
You
Did
bet.
something, like y'all are so formal this
What?
morning.
I don't know. I'm just in this
something
Monday
happen?
mode.
You
I'm thinking ahead of what needs to be done this week. I just keep making lists in my head of what needs to be done.
Do we need to take you through a quick guided, like, be present meditation right now, Kristi Larson?
No, but speaking of things that need to be done, here's something that you could maybe do with the whole family this week. Valley News Live has partnered up with Essentia Health Foundation to provide clothes for the emergency room patients. Now, we had them on last week, but again, they're looking for things like winter gear, hats, gloves. They also need just regular clothes like shirts and coats and pants. For those patients who come in. This again is for the Essentia Emergency Department Patient Supply Closet, and we've heard them say that many times when people come into the ER, they can't wear those clothes home because they either need to cut them off or maybe there's something on. I was saying instead of waiting until the end of the week, it's going to be extra cold.
It does look just brutal. You're going to Mexico for the holidays, right?
I wish. Actually, no, I don't wish, because then I love Christmas time and I love being around family, and I'm pretty sure my job at home usually was to set up the manger scene. That's like my favorite thing. I already have my like Kristi sticker on it, so when my parents leave, that's for me. Sorry, parents, but I'm sure it's set up. I'm sure it's set up wrong.
Like when they leave for
like when they go up there and they're watching over us during Christmases. My sisters and I have like, oh, that has my Kristi sticker on it, or that has my Nikki sticker on it, as a joke more, not that we're actually thinking about those times. But usually whenever I come home, there's like something wrong with the manger scene because I like it set up a specific way. And last year, what happened last year? I had these like a Princess Jasmine figurine, and Jasmine was there visiting Jesus, and I was like, no.
That's not going to happen.
She looks right. She's like that Middle Eastern type look, but I was like, no, she can't be. This is throwing off the essence of it.
Does Jaron still have that beard going?
Yeah, he has a beard.
You should have him grow it out. You could play like Joseph, and you could just stand like Joseph for a while. And oh, Mary, thank you.
He could just stand in.
Yeah. As we talked about at the top of the show, this is huge, huge news. Bison heading back to Frisco for the 6th time in 7 years. They beat Sam Houston State, and everyone thought, hey, Sam Houston coming in, they're putting up just, I mean, gaudy numbers all season. You figured, oh, maybe this will be a game. Not even close. If you watch the game, Bruce Anderson was scoring touchdowns that even Kristi and I could have ran in. I mean, nobody was even touching the dude because the holes were ginormous. So kudos to the Bison. They look ready to go. There were some injuries that took place that may hurt them when they get down to Frisco.
But they do have a couple weeks to recover and heal, so hopefully it...
One thing, in case you missed this too, a lot of people saw what looked like could be perceived a cheap shot during the game, and the player that took the shot, it was low on, I think it was Jalen Allison. He ended up actually texting Coach Kleiman, I think either texting him or tweeting it out and saying, hey, Coach, that's not who I am. I didn't mean to go low. I was trying to. So kudos to the Sam Houston player for trying to clean that up with Coach Kleiman, because Coach Kleiman after the game even said that play was unethical. Like Coach Kleiman was not happy. But there you see Bruce. I mean, just literally walking into the end zone. It was unbelievable.
I didn't get to see the game, but I was trying to stay up to date on it on my phone, and I kept seeing the score increasing and increasing and increasing, and I was like, okay, they got this, they got this. And as you can see here too, of course, that championship game versus James Madison is going to be on January 6th down in Frisco. I know that I was talking with some former players who bought their tickets like on Friday because they were like, not that they're going to lose, but tickets within 24 hours are either going to jack up or you can return them within 24 hours too. So he was like, I needed to buy my tickets on Friday morning, and then that way on Friday night they knew, are we gonna get the good price? Did I get the good price, or are we gonna have to return them? So
also very important, 9:30 a.m. We're gonna have the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show on the 6th, so you can catch up to everything that's happening down in Frisco right before the game. So should be a ton of fun. I want to talk about our weekends quickly. Mr. Casper from the Blenders hooked us up with a couple tickets.
Yeah, did you guys like them?
It was outstanding. Isabel and I did the old daddy-daughter date. Here's some of the video from there. It's kind of her first, big show, if you will.
Yeah.
And she loved it. One of the fun things, too, is it wasn't like, this booming concert where your ears are ringing. Can we play this? So they had great lighting. And I got to tell you, these guys, they talked about, they went back to their roots and a few songs, and their roots are a cappella. And so it was a great show, but you could tell when they went into that a cappella mode.
It was like home.
Ooh, yeah, exactly, exactly. It was like, this is where they live incredibly well. So Tim, thank you for hooking us up with a couple ticks. And we saw some friends there. Here's a fun pic during the intermission that we had. It was just one of those really nice, get you in the mood kind of shows. So.
Oh, so cool. I wish if I would have been here this weekend, I definitely would have gone to the show. And I would have been like,
the only issue is you would have went up on stage.
I know, I would have been like singing in my seat, and Darren would be like, I can't enjoy the concert. But we went to Duluth this weekend, so we also had a little bit of canoeing. Well, not canoeing. Oh my gosh, it would have been really cold to go canoeing. But we did stay on at a cabin right on Lake Superior. Just a little bit north of Duluth, and went with my sister and her boyfriend and had a blast. And what's really cool is there at Duluth, they have this thing called Bentleyville. It's the Tour of Lights, and they have thousands of people walk through. They take donations for toys and food donations, and it was amazing to go there and just see all the different things that they have. And you get to walk through like these big underground lights. They have different scenes. This one was like Dino Land, and they had a giant Christmas tree in the middle and stuff, and it was just super beautiful. And for people like me who love Christmas and are like, Christmas!
You were amped, huh?
This was like my favorite thing. And this is right on the shore of Lake Superior, so that's right where our cabin was, the four of us.
That is so nice.
So it was really fun. And it's also kind of neat because you try to enjoy things in the wintertime, and it's hard sometimes to get out there, but if you go somewhere different, you know, you don't have to travel all the way, 5 hours to Duluth from here, but it's still kind of nice to find different things that you can do outside together.
That looks awesome. Was Santa there?
We didn't go see Santa. There was a long line for Santa.
I know him.
I figured since I have met him or met up with him a couple times this season already, and he already kind of knows that I'm trying to make it on the nice list by next week.
Wow.
Then I figured
she has a lot of catching up to do. But
he said I'm almost there. He said I was almost there.
Well, one thing you can do is you can sing, because the best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing loud for all to hear.
For all to hear.
Do you want to start it?
No, I don't. Hey, we do have
some...
Why
are you so serious today?
No,
what
I'm
happened to you?
I'm not serious. I just want to get to my Christmas fun facts so I can do this real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, real quick, Christmas fun facts. You've probably shopped at the original gift store and didn't even know it because back in 1917, a pair of Kansas City brothers ran out of red and green white tissue paper in their store, needed something else to wrap their purchases in. So they started wrapping it in the lining of envelopes, and then decided, hey, people really liked this. They started making gift wrap rolls, and then it went on to be a $2.6 billion business, and this is Hallmark, by the way. Also, pickle ornaments on the tree means an extra gift from St. Nick. Now, no one knows where these glass pickles actually came from. A lot say it came from Germany, but that's actually myth, so it's just something kind of odd that people have started to do, which I love. Who wouldn't like a pickle ornament? And finally, Rockefeller Center, they actually get 2.5 million people who view that tree.
Wow.
It's been a decades-long tradition. And afterwards, the tree is donated to Habitat for Humanity. And because I was talking about pickle ornaments, someone sent me one this year.
That's so nice.
Look at this.
And who's it from again?
They said it's from a fellow pickle lover. They didn't even sign the card. It just says, to Kristi, pickle lover, from DB, fellow pickle lover. Merry Christmas. And even their address of where it came from just said fellow pickle lover and their address. So I could be creepy and go look up their address and see who lives there, but I'll just let it be a surprise.
Go Google Map it, will you?
Thank you to whoever sent this little cute pickle ornament. It's going to go up.
I want to see this real quick. So the Eiffel Tower is all decked out in Christmas lights. Can we show this picture? I haven't seen this, so I want to check it out with...
That's on my bucket list to go to, the Eiffel Tower, period. Doesn't matter really when.
Can we bring up the Eiffel Tower picture, please? For video, or what do you have of it?
Yay! Look at that.
That's awesome.
Oh, how beautiful. We should have traveled there and done a story on this.
Yes, and just stay there for New Year's.
Yeah, might as well. The whole year through. Look at that, how fun. So they set up decorations around the monument on the terrace. It was open to the public, and the decorations are going to stay up through February, so we still have time to actually go out there
I think we do
and go
this
visit
then.
this.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.